Yeah, I mean, the penalties do stand out. We got to get that corrected. That's a huge part of the football game, right? Making the situations tougher for us offensively, defensively, extending the possession for those guys. So the pre-snap, post-whistle penalties got to stop. Occasionally, there's going to be a playing penalty when you're trying to play hard and play aggressive. We can live with those, but the other things got to be eliminated. We got to find a way to do that by the time we get to Saturday night. Yeah, up front, our guys got to be dialed in and pay attention and listen to Dylan and the cadence. Out on the perimeter with them stemming their front, our guys should be watching the football. At the end of the day, we just didn't start very fast and weren't dialed into our assignments early, and we got to find a way to do that. Start fast on the offensive side of it, and put ourselves in a positive situation. I think just with what we were maybe anticipating going into the game and some of the things that he was seeing on the other side of the football that were different from our preparation, his ability to comprehend, understand alignment, assignment from what he's seen on the other side of the football, and how that affects where he needs to go with football with the concepts that we are running. It might be in the run game, it could be in the pass game as well. I think that's the biggest growth, maturation of him from where he was a year ago.
Josh, Daniel Barski went 3 for 3 on Saturday. What have you seen this offseason, entering the season, and his growth and how he's kind of earned that starting kicking job, how he's performed so far?
Yeah, has had a big leg since he's showed up on campus. That was evident during the recruiting process. I thought last year, as the season went on, became much more consistent in his kickoffs, more confident and comfortable in what he's doing. His technique improved. I thought Coach Toth did a great job with him throughout last year. Heading into this season, limited opportunities in spring ball. Felt like he was off to a great start since he's gotten back. He's continued to grow, refine his technique, and become more and more consistent. Our football team has a lot of confidence in him, and obviously you can see he went out there and performed the right way when given the opportunity, going 3 for 3.
Josh, your defense has stood out so far in the first 2 games, particularly your secondary. What can you say about those guys and what from that group?
Well, I think they're playing with great technique. They're understanding their assignment. We haven't had very many coverage busts. We're not leaving guys running free on the back end of it very often. I think you got some maturity back there with an Aaron Robinson and Richie Grant, guys that have played a lot of football. Zamari's starting to come into his own after taking a lot of reps a year ago. And then there's some young guys that have really performed well when given the opportunity. They haven't played like young guys, and that's true of how they've been ever since they got on campus. So I think we're long, we're athletic, we play tight coverage, and they're confident when the ball's in the air. You don't see them freak out. They're calm, they're mature, and play to the ball very well.
Coach, from the early second quarter portion, about the 11-minute mark of the second quarter on through the rest of the game, you had Jakai's Cradle out there in 3 and 4 wide receiver sets, replacing Ryan O'Keefe. Talk about that move, and what did you see from the freshman?
Yeah, we have a ton of confidence in Stretch, as we do in Ryan. I think you've seen here in the first couple of weeks that there's a lot of guys at the wide receiver position that we're really comfortable with putting in the game and targeting while they're in the football game. Wanted to get Stretch some opportunities. He earned that during the course of practice. I thought Ryan performed extremely well when given the opportunity, and you'll see a rotation as those guys play. We've played more 4 wide receiver sets probably than we did a year ago. And so more and more guys will have those opportunities as you get into drives and guys sub in and out.
What does it show from your team that even after those false start penalties in a row in that opening drive, that they were able to score after that?
Yeah, I thought we overcame some long yardage situations during the course of that drive. and you know, one was a second and real long there as we got started, backed ourselves up after the 4 false starts, faced another 3rd and 10 in that drive. I thought our guys, you know, did a great job of executing, winning some one-on-one matchups. Dylan was really decisive with the football. It was accurate. I think it just speaks to our ability to overcome, play the next play independent of the previous play.
Coach, obviously as an offense that wants to go as fast as possible, do officiating crews in some respects have to learn how to call a UCF game just in terms of getting the ball set as fast as you would like? And is that something that kind of changes week to week? And you maybe look in advance and you see a crew that you worked with before and you kind of say, yeah, I like how fast these guys set the ball, and maybe some other crews not as much?
Yeah, I think there is some ebb and flow or some differences between different crews and their ability to get the ball down and get it set. And some of that is we're responsible for, too. Our ball mechanics during the course of a given play or once the play finishes is important as well. But we do want to play with tempo. Our guys got to operate that way. Officials, you know, you want consistency from them during the course of a game, but also from crew to crew.
Josh, you guys were able to get a little bit of a better push in the second half of that defensive front to get to hold nailers a couple times. What have you seen from that group and the ability to get some of those forced fumbles, some of those turnovers as well, and create negative plays?
I think they've been relentless. I think some of that shows up in the second half that you wear on your opponent. I think that's led to some of the turnovers that we've gotten during the course of the second half of the first couple of ball games. I think our ability to rotate guys, not have any drop-off, excuse me, in our front 4 as we substitute has been critical, too. Our guys are able to go in there, play as hard as they possibly can. They can't go anymore. We can go put the next guy in. Yeah, got nicked up early in the football game. We haven't been back on the practice field, but you know, this morning's really a light jog and lift. Fully anticipate him being 100% here.
Coach, obviously everybody knows, or everybody sees this offense as a high-powered, high-speed offense. It's got big play offense. But how much does that speed and that ability to take the top off the defense really help your screen game, wide receiver screen game, your quick hitches with your wide receivers? So when Dylan was rolling in the second and third quarters, you guys were really leaning on that those kind of passes. How does your speed really help that part of the game?
Yeah, I think the ability to be balanced in everything that you're doing is critical to what you're trying to do offensively. If you become one-dimensional, whether that's in the pass game or in the run game, inevitably teams are going to be able to catch up to you and stop what you're doing. I think our ability to maintain balance, be able to run the football is critical to who and what we are. Create some isolations, some one-on-one matchups that we're able to take advantage of and push the ball down the field. The speed that we have out on the perimeter also makes it scary to play super tight coverage at times, and the ability to use your perimeter screen game is critical. It becomes an extension of your run game.
After the Georgia Tech game, there was uncertainty on whether Greg McRae would play against ECU, but then throughout the week, it became much more clear that he would play, and he went on to lead the team with 83 rushing yards and 16 carries. Being a senior, can you speak to his importance to the team and what he brings to the table on and off the field?
Yeah, I think, and I've said this about Greg since we first got here, and he went from a walk-on to being put on scholarship. His consistency in who he is and how he approaches every day is the number one thing that he brings to the table. He's got a great skill set. He understands what we're doing. But in that way, he's provided great leadership for the running back group, but also for our offense and our football team every day that he's been a part of our program. And I think that's why, you know, a guy that gets nicked up in week 1 is able to bounce back in week 2 and play the way that he did this past Saturday.
Josh, is there anything about playing at home that becomes more difficult with the COVID safety protocols? You've had 2 on the road, but now it changes again.
You know, for us, there's a comfort in playing at home because your routine, your hotel, your food is consistent. It's what our players know. It will not be the exact same as it has been in years past because of certain protocols as we near the end of the week. I think what's different for us is you're running out of the tunnel into a stadium. It's a home stadium. You got some crowd in there, 20-25% capacity. However, it's not going to look and feel the exact same. And so understand that we still have to create our own energy, sustain it is a big part of Saturday evening for us as well.
Coach, Tulsa's obviously only played one game against Oklahoma State. They had their last game canceled because of COVID. I guess, generally, what are your impressions of Tulsa, and do you think your players maybe still have a sour taste in their mouth, over last season, how that game went at Tulsa?
Yeah, we're certainly recognize and we're disappointed that we weren't able to find a win last year on the road. I think excuse me, the biggest thing for us is realizing the quality of opponent that they are. They got good players, just in who they are physically, their ability to move and run, their size on both sides of the line of scrimmage. You got to be able to control the line of scrimmage. I thought we lost that a year ago on both sides of the football. I think you look at how they've played. Second half of last season, every ball game was tight. The way they performed against Oklahoma State, this is a really good football team. It's continued to get better under their head coach. And for us, it's about doing the things that we need to play our best football. We've got to eliminate the penalties. We've got to take care of the football. We've got to create turnovers on the defensive side of the football. We got to win the field position battle, and we got to score when we're in the red zone. Yeah, unique in that we started the first 2 weeks on the road. Our kids are, without a doubt, excited about playing a home game, having some of their family here with all the local kids that we have here throughout the state. Their family and friends are able to travel in for the ball game. I think that's big for them. The fan base being able to come in. This is our next opponent, our first one at home. Our kids are definitely excited about playing this game.